Hello and welcome back to Game Brigade. Today we're doing a StarCraft replay. We have two gamers. We have Ashwolf spotting as the top Terran in the top side of the map, and we have the Greensquid spotting as the bottom Protoss. This is of course Desert Oasis, known for its long and epic maps. It has several spawns with two golds here. Two natural expansions fairly far away with a large opening here. These maps are always known as more difficult to defend because of these large choke points and the large defense for defending players to secure their natural expansions. We also have island expansions. Very rarely do we see these taken out in normal games. But let's go ahead and check out. So we have Ashwolf up here. He's playing as a normal Terran, and we got some banter going on down here from the Greensquid and Ashwolf. They probably know each other. And we have a pylon coming up for Greensquid. You'll notice that the supply depot, normally on this kind of a map, it's such a large rust station, so you have to come all the way through here, come all the way down throughout here. Usually you send your scout after the supply depot. Right here you see Ashwolf is sending the scout out. He's probably going to check out. He wants to make sure that the Greensquid's not doing anything fishy, if it's doing a 4-gate, 2-gate. You can see right now we got the first gateway coming down and immediately coming back to mining gas. The harvester count's looking the same. Chrono Boost is not being saved up for the zealots, which is usually something to go. Which is usually something you want to check out, make sure it's not happening. So here we go. He's saying that he's building a barracks at the ramp. Greensquid looks like he's going to send out his first scout. Oh. And he's going. So it looks like he wanted to make sure that there was no barracks being built at the ramp. But here comes Ashwolf. He's checking for the scout. He wants to see what's being built up here. Is the gas being constructed? How many gateways are being built? I mean, right now, since there's no gas being constructed yet, you think he's going to be going more of a zealot heavy build. Now here comes the first gas, the simulator coming down. He probably is going to keep his scout here for a while, checking. Oh, there comes the a hardcore rally point set up. So just to make sure that everything's going down, we do have a zealot coming out here and another pylon. Back at the Terran base we have normal build. He's got, now you notice this is a kind of a different wall off. He's walling off here rather than here. Now this is an okay wall off, I think, to do. This prevents zealots from coming in here and running straight to your mineral line. You can hold your marines back here for defense. They have to run all the way around the side here to get to your mineral line, or they have to come up through here. So I actually like these kind of wall-ins. I usually would recommend this for something with like Terran, where if you put your buildings here, they can easily get sniped off by siege tanks. But this can still work. Now he's got his gas. Now he's building a factory right off 100. Now if he's deciding to do the 1-1-1 build, he's probably going to need to pick up the second gas here fairly quickly, because you're going to need that gas. It's very important to get this gas right away. The 1-1-1 is a very gas heavy build. You'll notice he's got the reactor coming down here, probably to fuel out the marines if he needs to build those marines. Now the reason I wanted to show this video is because the Greensquid puts on a lot of pressure here against Ashwolf. He puts on a lot of early pressure, but he makes some crucial mistakes, and we're going to take a look at those mistakes and see, what could have been prevented, if there's anything different that could have been done. He's got the 2 gateways right now constantly building, with the cybernetics core coming up. Probably going to get the warp gates that he needs so he can get faster production on the units. We also have a pylon coming down. So we got the first units heading out. It's actually a fairly sizable bunch of zealots for the marines. You notice Ashwolf is continually producing his marines, though. He's going to have some sort of defense, and he's got the high ground advantage already in position up here, which he's taking advantage of that. Unfortunately, it looks like the Greensquid is taking the alternate route, which will come through this way, which will kind of ignore this high route advantage that we have through here. So we do have the 1-1 build coming down. We got the factory down. We got the starport with the tech lab coming down with gas being produced. I do like this wall, and it's kind of SimCity building here. Let's check it over here, what we got going on. The forge is coming down with the robo facility. So he's doing a gas-heavy production, it seems. I mean, he is producing a gas-heavy build. He's got the warp gates coming down, yet he's still only on one gas. I mean, you can see up here the discrepancies already between the gas of both players, as well as the harvester count. The harvester count for the green squid is staying around 20, while the Terran is at 25. That's something I recommend anyone to get into, is just to make sure that if you're playing StarCraft, you need to be producing as many harvesters as you can get. It's very crucial to make sure you get those harvesters. So here we go. We got some more units coming down. It looks like another group of zealots. These zealots are getting swiftly taken care of. It looks like all the Marines did die, but a siege tank came out and cleared up the rest of the zealots before anything too crazy happened. And now he's positioning himself on the high ground to make sure he secures these guys coming down. See right here, he should be able to get some good shots as they're coming down. He did miss a few shots there because of the sieging, and he's going to need some more units. Yeah, here he goes. He's got some Marines popping out right now. We have some more units coming down now with warp gates forming. Oh boy. Losing the tanks. This is not good for the Green Terran. Here we go. Now they're in the mineral line. These zealots are in the mineral line. They're taking work. We do have a siege tank that pops out. Oh no. He sieges the tank. This is not good. The siege tank cannot shoot against the zealots when they're close range like that. It is impossible for the siege tank to fire. Right now the Terran's got nothing to do. He's calling down mules. Don't know what that one was for. Maybe he wanted to repair the tank here. Here we go. This is where I think the green squid he's got the advantage now. If he was able to capitalize on this economic advantage, he's still only on one gas. He's only at 20 harvesters. He's not expanding. These are things you need to be doing. You need to be expanding. You need to be monopolizing on your economic advantage. Because look, you've got the units coming down. You have the advantage right now. With the Terran is sort of on his heels. He does have a siege tank here. He's got one Banshee up here. Again, he's got the Marines on the high ground so you can tell what's going on. Here come more stalkers this time. Now, I think the Banshee was a good idea, especially for the zealots that are coming down. Of course, against these guys, the Banshee's not the best option, but we have a siege tank that can take care of that pretty quick. There we go. Still has a bunch more stalkers coming down. He's got warp gates producing pretty heavily. Let's check out the resources tab and see where we're sitting at with resources. Both players, this is not very good. Both players sitting at a high resource count. I could assume the Terran player is a little frustrated. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's trying to secure himself, make sure everything is going well. But while he's at the same time, he's constantly getting rushed. Now, a quick tip that you could do, see right here, he's got the SCV is on auto repair, so it's going to repair everything that it can within range. So if it needs to repair this tank, it will repair the tank. Oh yeah, this was bad for the stalker right here. The stalker takes a second to shoot at the high ground units, gives the siege tank its crucial seconds it needs to siege up and get in position and put on the very crucial splash damage fire on the Banshees and the stalkers rather. Sorry about that. Again, money production is awfully high. Both players are producing what they can. The gas for the Terran is still lacking, but you know, he's doing the 1-1-1 build. This is a very heavy gas production. He probably could be producing more Marines out of this barracks. That's probably the first mistake that I'm noticing. Now we got a whole squad of zealots. These guys are just going to get eaten up by the single Banshee with the vision for the siege tank. You notice that throughout this entire time, he still hasn't taken a second gas. He still hasn't expanded. I mean, these are moments where you need to expand, because if you don't expand, you're losing the crucial moments that you have to win this game. Oh, look at this. We got some cute. We have a drop coming down with the warp prisms. Oh wow, this might be pretty bad. He's in there. He's got the supply depots on fire. Those will blow up over time. The command center is going down. Oh, he lifts up just in time. We got another siege tank coming out, and we have a second. So the Terran is actually, even though all this pressure is coming down, he's feeling the heat. He knows he needs to expand himself, and he's already got his command center down, coming ready to go. More zealots still warp gating in, blowing up all of the production for the Terran player. Now, if you look at the income tab, all production stopped. All production is completely stopped for the Terran player. Right now, it is a do or die time. This is a very crucial point in the game. If the Protoss player is able to secure this and get enough damage in, he could win off of his economic bonuses. But if you notice, after that whole battle, after everything's been done, the harvester count is almost identical. Almost identical right here. And they've already started mining. These siege tanks should be able to rip through the stalkers, no problem. And without having production coming from over here, I mean, this is the problem. This lack of expanding, lack of getting himself going, is really what's going to be the final straw for the Protoss. Again, harvester count has been sitting at 20 the whole game since the beginning, and now the Terran player is starting to move out, secure himself, and to get his economic advantage going. He's building down an engineering bay, and the fact that he didn't make this into an orbital command is likely that he's going to form it into a planetary fortress to give it a little bit of protection, since it's so far away up here on the top expansion.